The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rivers. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
But sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And you can't do it all.
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check.
Another try after the first down sack. Rivers. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. From the gun, Rivers. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing Rivers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Play action now. Rivers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Handoff comes to Cook, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Open right side, complete to Rager. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Wilson. And that is incomplete here.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
You thought you had it. You thought you had it.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. To throw, Rivers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown. Jalen Rager. An even 90 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Next to score, Eagles 14, Steelers 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Rivers on first down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 4. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Reagor with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Parker. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
A throw over the middle taken in. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Rivers. Claypool with another catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rivers is going to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Wilson on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's given his guys a shot for late points, as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy sod, plus you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, Rivers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Wilson now off the bootleg. Out to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Brooks. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. From the shotgun, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's a 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brooks. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Play action. It's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd and 10, Rivers. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
1st down, Rivers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Looking here for Smith downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Lane. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go play action with Wilson. On the move to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They go play action now. Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
This is fielded at the 27. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throw left side, complete. That's Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Rivers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man. Complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Rivers. Looking sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rivers again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Rivers now. buying time to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you've cut down your field in a big way significantly. And the guys who play in the 2nd and the 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Rager, 75 yards. And the Eagles look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. They go play action. Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's going to let it fly. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
3-3. Check number 19. 7 Pirates.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Wilson wants to throw it. Airing it out deep for Smith. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Rivers. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise...
And now here's another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback. And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there. So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there. Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post. Get off my lawn. That's darn right. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, 47 yards. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys.